This is part one of how to do project two, part one for design 320 in Revit. So Revit has a lot of powerful features to it, which means it's a little more complex. So I'm going to do things one little step at a time and show you. So the first thing, of course, we're going to do is open a new Revit model. And I choose, just because it's more simple, that we're going to use an imperial architectural template. So that's the one I'm going to use, and it is a project. So here we go, and it sets it up for me. And you'll see that there's a floor plan level 1, level 2, and the site plan. The site plan is where I'm going to work. And it says 1 inch equals 20 feet. Well, when I draw, it's true scale, but it's sizing this already so things will look good on a piece of paper. And this is going to be about 160 feet wide, so that will be 8 inches on my piece of paper. That sounds okay. The other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to hide these little markers here that are my elevation markers. So I'll just hide the entire category for you. There we go. Now, the first thing I want to do is make my property lines. I'm going to draw the outline of my property. And that's done on a ribbon called Massing and Site. And I can make property lines. And what that does, they are just lines, they're property lines. But it's very cool because I can type them in just like I see them on my piece of paper. So I'm going to enter the distances and the bearings. And so the first one I think was 63.5. And it was north 90 degrees to the east. That means that I start looking north and I turn 90 degrees to the east. That's due east. So that looks good. So let me insert another line now. The next line, as I recall, was 115 feet long, and it started out north, and then it went 3 degrees to the west. That was that little line going upward. And then I'll insert another line, and this one was 160 feet, and it was north, but then I turned 90 degrees west. Let's do west. Start out facing north, 90 degrees. And you can always start out facing north or south. So it's kind of funny, but it works. And then I'm going to insert another line. And the last one was 75 south. 75. And I can pick south. And it doesn't vary from that at all. And then it's really cool. So instead of having to calculate that last line, I can just close it. And there we go. There's my shape. So that's a pretty cool thing to do. That's how you do property lines. And you just have to read them off of the thing that I gave you. I have to know that this line was from here to here, due west. And this line was 115 long. And I started out north, and then I turned 3 degrees to the west. And then I went 160 feet to the west and 75 to the south, and then I just closed it up. There we go. That's our first step.